you think it's because Trump cares about crime in D.C. Really? Because I remember Donald Trump on January the 6th, 2021, not giving
Mehdi,
a crap
oh,
about
come on.
crime in D.C.
Noun, verb, January 6th. Okay,
sorry,
Mehdi,
Leland.
no, Mehdi, come on, come on.
Let me finish my point.
Mehdi,
This is a short segment.
I know you said that. 150 police officers got hurt.
Hold on. You gave Bill O'Reilly a lot of time. Let me give an answer. I'm here for much shorter time. Let me speak. On January 6, 2021, you may want to move on for it. We all watched police officers in D.C. being attacked by a Trump-supporting mob, 150 injured, 600 people convicted.
Mehdi, you're going to sit here. We know the statistics of January 6th. Mehdi, you're going to sit here. Mehdi, you're going to sit here. Mehdi, you're going to sit here and say if Trump cures cancer, then January 6th was terrible. Okay, the fact of the matter is you can't have an argument. You can't have an argument about what's happening on the streets of D.C. without going back to January 6th.
Because it's about
you won't talk about actually the crime.
Donald Trump, Leland. But Leland's
no, it's not. It's about how to have people be safe.
I said to you, Donald Trump doesn't care about crime in D.C. You said, yes, he does. And I said, I'm going to give you evidence to prove he doesn't. If he cared about crime in D.C., why did he pardon 600 people who assaulted police officers? You can't come and make this emotional
claim. Oh, come on, Mehdi. You can't. No, you're talking about completely different things.
You don't actually care about crime, then.
You cannot talk about this. There's completely different things going on.
Why?
What do you mean either I care about crime or I don't?
Where was the National Guard? Where was the National Guard on January 6th, 2021
come on, you can't do, no, this is silly.
Day.
This is absolutely silly, Mehdi. You can't do this.
Why,
no, because it has nothing to do with what's happening or what the arguments are right now. Okay, and you can't, no, it has nothing to do with it.
Crime matters in D.C. The victims of crime matter in D.C. What about the cops in D.C.?
And I'm the only person who died on January 6th was a Trump supporter, and you can't talk about what's happening on the streets right now.
Let me know when you want me to speak.
No, you can't talk about you cannot talk about this without talking about January 6th or anything else. You won't have an argument on the merits. Mehdi, thank you.
Leland Vittert's abrupt shutdown of Mehdi Hasan's argument about Trump's culpability in the January 6th Capitol riot reveals a glaring hypocrisy in conservative media. Hasan rightly pointed out that if Trump truly cared about crime in D.C., why did he fail to deploy the National Guard as a violent mob, fueled by his own rhetoric, attacked police officers and stormed the Capitol? Worse, why did he later pardon rioters who assaulted law enforcement? Instead of engaging with these facts, Vittert resorted to the classic conservative media playbook: cut off, deflect, and dismiss. His claim that Hasan's argument was absolutely silly and unrelated to the discussion about D.C. crime was laughable. January 6th was a crime, one that Trump enabled. Vittert's refusal to even let Hasan speak exposes how desperate some right-wing commentators are to avoid accountability for Trump's actions. This wasn't just a bad faith debate tactic. It was a full-blown meltdown from a host who couldn't handle the truth. If conservatives want to argue about law and order, they can't ignore the most glaring example of their leader's failure to uphold it.